Hey, happy Friday. So, we're going to finish up this week strong talking about new creatures in Christ. And thinking back to yesterday about the vines, and the picture from John 15 is just perfect. And that Jesus is the vine, we are the branches. But Jesus said that his father, in 15, let's see, 15:1, that his father is the vine dresser. That's the one that gives the directions, that trains, that tells the grapevine, which the vine, I think about grapevines because that's what we have, the vine, which way to go and how to grow, and um, that again, everything about our identity, all of our nutrients, all of the life source comes from the branch, the vine. And so when we are engrafted into the vine of Jesus Christ, everything that used to be ceases to exist. Doesn't exist anymore. You're not who you used to be. Truly different DNA, can we say, runs through your veins. And you think about that in the vine. Different genetic makeup runs through the vine and going into the branch. That's really powerful. So, um, this branch now gathers its life and identity from what it was engrafted into, which for us is Jesus Christ. And you and I are the same. So death and sin consciousness that were passed down from Adam have been surpassed by Jesus and his finished work on the cross. Our life and identity are now found in Christ. The old one doesn't even exist anymore. Studying the words new and creature, both in the Greek and in definitions, I found that the phrase new creature literally means formed or created again and restored to a better, higher, and more worthy state. The word new means not existing before, having recently come into existence, being anything other than the former, previously non existent, being far different from what they were before. And in talking about, I know we talked last week and this week, see, this verse, again, I repeat myself, is a verse about I see salvation, opportunity for salvation. And that we don't become, perfect overnight. we don't become we don't do it all correctly overnight, but that is the power of grace that changes us and that teaches us and that enables us to leave things behind that need to be left behind, and to move forward in being disciples of Christ, in living like he lived and in doing what he did, and that he writes his laws on our hearts. But it is a process, and I think this engrafting is a beautiful picture of the process, because when you first insert the new branch into the vine or tree, there is no immediate connection, right? It's not that immediately the branch takes on the properties of the new vine. It is a process. And so all of the old has to run its course through the branch, through the leaves, and has to get out. And then little by little, as the engrafting takes place, as the connection solidifies, the longer the branch is in the vine, the more properties from the vine flow into the branch. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not an immediate thing. And it's almost, this is not even the same example, but you think about filling a cup. When you're pouring water into the cup, the level begins to rise. And I see that imagery with the vine and the engrafted branch, that the longer the relationship is, the longer that it remains, the longer that it's maintained, that it's fostered, that it's kept, that it's held, the more of the identity of the vine the branch takes on. And so, if left forever, that is when it completely takes on the identity of the vine. but it is a process, and it in our case, we do have to learn to live as Christ. And so again, that's the work of grace. That branch doesn't, if it's a, I don't even know what other kind of vine there might be, but if you have two breeds of pears, or you have a pear tree and an apple branch, um, should talk to somebody more scientific about which ones you can do that to. But whatever branch you engraft into the vine, it's going to take some time for it to take on that identity. But the longer it's allowed, the longer you and I continue in this thing, the more effort we put into it. And see, it's continuous. When the branch goes into the vine and it's wrapped, it doesn't come back out again. And so that's the importance of you and I staying in the Word, for you and I making decisions that we're not coming back out again. Well, because that is certain death. So anyway, thanks for being with us this week, and I pray that you see that, the goodness of God is what draws people, and that we have been given that awesome responsibility, that privilege even, that Christ would make his appeal to others through us, and the work of grace, which is ever changing us to be more like Jesus. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.